It has been a shiny start to the day, and I actually mean shiny. I woke up at 6:30 this morning, so a beautiful sunrise, absolutely amazing sunrise over the hills and the trees and the forests beyond, and it was absolutely stunning. And we are once again in a stunning place right now, so let me take you on a beautiful mini adventure. So we're in the Chiltern Hills, not far from the Ridgeway, which is quite famous. People know of the Ridgeway, but we're not there. We are in Aldbury Nowers. Aldbury Nowers. Aldbury Nowers is a nature reserve, and it is maintained and run by the Wildlife Trust, because apparently there is a lot of wildlife here. So I believe it's about 20 hectares of woodlands, trails, chalk grass, all kinds of habitat. It's going to be fantastic. It's a beautiful day, the sun's shining, blue skies once again. So what you see behind me, that little ditch, it's been closed off right here because the Wildlife Trust doesn't want anybody going beyond this point for maintenance reasons and for keeping it the way it is. And the Grimm's Ditch, here's a little bit of insight about the Grimm's Ditch. Part of a 30-kilometer linear network through to the origination in the Iron Age, and 2 bowl barrows from either the late Neolithic or the Bronze Age periods. That's this bit here, this section. I mean, it's closed off, we can't go on there, and fair enough, but there is obviously tons of history going on in this place, dating back to the Neolithic period. Pretty amazing. Look at that, beautiful, isn't it? I gotta say, you know, I don't roam our beautiful countryside and our natural spaces just to gallivant. No, the whole process of me getting out and doing things is because I enjoy it, because I really want to explore our countryside and our wilderness areas. And I want to make sure that I don't take it for granted. And that's really important. So don't make it a mission. That's what I say. Don't make it a mission of, oh, let's go. Oh, no, we have to go hike. Let's go, get the kids in the car. Let's take the dogs. Let's pack some. Don't make it a mission. Think about it as a process whereby you can get out into nature and the countryside and our wilderness and actually appreciate what it has to offer us. The British Isles are absolutely fantastic, and they're peppered and littered with beautiful, beautiful natural spaces, and many of them are probably on your doorstep, and maybe you don't realize that, or maybe perhaps you just take it for granted. But When you can take some time out and see things like that in places like these and viewpoints and panoramic scenic areas, it just fuels you to get out and do more. And that's what I do. I'm not out and about gallivanting. I'm actually exploring to fulfill my heart's desires, my body's desires. That's it. That's all it is. Okay, we're back in the woodlands now. Started to spot some amazingly old and beautiful trees. I mean, look at that right behind me. That is gorgeous. There's quite a few everywhere, but that is absolutely beautiful. And as the trunk goes further up, it doesn't reduce in size much. It's quite thick. The girth is very thick. So the Aldbury Nowers Nature Reserve connects up with the Ridgeway, and I believe this is the Ridgeway Trail. So we've connected up to the Ridgeway Trail, and the Nature Reserve is to the left of us as we walk along. And this trail is a pretty long trail. It's a decent climb, and if you are planning on coming out here and hiking, definitely have good grippy hiking shoes, because it's very rooty, rocky, pebbly, so ankle length hill climbing or hiking shoes, good sturdy ones, definitely, because it is rooty and rocky. But I believe the nature reserve's down this end, and this is part of it right here. But the trail, because we're quite high up, it interconnects with the Ridgeway, which is, as I mentioned earlier, is quite famous, quite popular trail, which connects with the Ashridge Estate onto Ivinghoe Beacon. So it's a decent trail. Oh, I love this, absolutely love this. Sun shining, glorious day to be out hiking. It really is. Right. We've got quite a few miles to go, so let's keep walking. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Yeah, so we're at quite a high point in the Chilterns at the moment. It's pretty amazing, actually. I think just because it's such a beautiful day, maybe, perhaps, or I'm not sure why, but there is quite a few hikers around. Lots of people walking around, taking little hikes. Not lots, but sporadically I come across some, which is really cool, I think. Normally, as you've seen in my videos, there's hardly anyone out and about, anyone around those areas that I'm at. So it's really nice to see that people are out and about hiking. As I said, the Ridgeway Trail is quite popular, but I didn't think it was this popular, especially on a weekday. I wouldn't have imagined. I love it. That's great. It's fantastic. Oh wow. Oh wow. There's a beautiful lake down there. I'll show you to you. Let me get to a good vantage point and I'll show you the lake. It's a blue, pristine blue-green lake. Wow. Do you see the lake down there? It's definitely a quarry, hence the chalk is turning the color blue and green, if you can see in the camera. And there's another lake in the back, just beyond those woodlands, and before the hill at the back there's another bluish green lake there. So this area is definitely a quarry. Yeah, very warm, but it's lovely. I'm not complaining. There's a bit of wind up on this hill, which helps, of course. But what a view. Look at that. Oh, it's tremendous. We are around or approximate area of the highest point of the Ridgeway, and I am surrounded by panoramic viewpoints. It's absolutely beautiful. That hill you see right at the top there, the furthest hill, that's the Ivinghoe Beacon. You get some great views up from the Ivinghoe Beacon. I'm not going to hike there. It's just going to add another 2-3 miles to my hike. I have been there several times and I will hike that and show you another video at another time, but I will take another route when I do that. That is the Ivinghoe Beacon, but I am at the top of the Ridgeway at the moment, and here is my panoramic view. If I flip the camera around so you can see it, Ivinghoe Beacon that way, so you continue hiking this way along the Ridgeway trail, and this is my current view. And there you go, another hiker. Nice to see people hiking about. It's a lovely day for it. So I got talking to one of the rangers who happens to be a sort of expert in the field of butterflies and conservation of this area, and he said to me the butterflies are not here because they're very much a seasonal creature, and therefore there is a few about, but those are towards the end of the season now, so we're not seeing many of them. They're more in the larvae and pupal stage. So the ranger, the butterfly expert, asked me, "What's that thing in your hand? What's that gadget?" So I said to him, "It's a camera. It's a camera. I record all my adventures so that I can inspire and motivate other people to go outdoors and explore these places that they may not normally take for granted. And he summed it up in a few words. Basically, he said, that's really good, that's really nice of you. What you're doing is you're spreading the message. And I said, yes. And I thought to myself, that's it. That's what I'm campaigning about respecting, protecting, enjoying the wilderness, taking the family, the kids, yourself out there and appreciating it so you can enjoy the wilderness simply by protecting it and appreciating it. So all in all, I am doing that. I'm spreading the message. I like that. I might use what he said to inspire myself a bit more. We've seen fantastic panoramic views, beautiful woodlands. We've seen some butterflies. Did I mention butterflies? We saw some amazing trails, beech trees, a few Neolithic natural artifacts. Oh, it's been good all in all. So what I would say is bring yourselves here, check this place out. It is Aldbury Nowers Nature Reserve, and the trail will lead you up to the Ridgeway, which you can go all the way to the Ivinghoe Beacon. So all in all, I've done about 5 miles of this hike and thoroughly enjoyed it. So please go ahead, subscribe there or down here if you're not a subscriber yet. Leave me a comment and tell me what you think of this place. Have you been here? Did you see any butterflies? And at the same time, smash that like button. Always like the smashing. And I will see you out and about.